Well, hello and welcome everybody to the New Health Conversation. My name is Peter Greenlaw. I started the New Health Conversation for all the censors out there. We always tell you at the New Health Conversation, we only bring medical proof. We do not bring opinions. We don't make claims. Everything is backed by 10 peer-reviewed human trial studies. It's all information that's in the public domain. Everybody can see it. It's safe. That's the most important thing. We've also written 4 best-selling books with some of the top medical doctors in the world. We've done 20 shows on PBS, and we're totally compliant within the company guidelines. So anyway, to make a long story short, what do you think about this? How did Cindy and her mom's 80 years old, how did the two of them lose 140 pounds? The daughter lost 51 pounds in a little over 3 months. The mom lost 91 pounds in about 8 months. And the mom in particular, 8 months ago, couldn't climb a flight of stairs. And now she's playing pickleball 3 times a week, swimming 3 times a week, and more than 4 to 5 miles a day. This is not a diet. They didn't count calories. It has nothing to do with that. I had the privilege to coach these 2 wonderful women, and I want to share with you now all exactly what they did today. So first, I'd love for the reaction. Lots of people already joining us. Jacqueline and user 880 and Lee and you've Sherry Felton and Halo and Create and Talkin' Biz and Barbara. I'd love for anybody to make comments. What do you think about that? That's the cover of Women's Day, the #1 women's magazine in the world. It never almost happens that you have regular people on the cover. It's mostly celebrities and country western stars and movie stars, etc. But this is such a compelling story because a mom and daughter. So the daughter, who's a nurse, is 57. The mom's 80. The daughter loses 51 pounds in about 3 months. The mom loses 91 pounds in about 8 or 9 months, and they've kept it off now for 2.5 years. Are you all curious? Humana, Lena, Soph, Darlene, Ruru, St. Thompson, Janice, Anna. I'd love for anybody to comment. What do you think about that? 140 pounds at their ages. I mean, think about that. A mother and daughter. You think they have a completely different life than they had before? Of course they did. This protocol, which is backed, by the way, what they did is backed by 10 peer-reviewed human trial medical studies. Nothing is an opinion. This is safe. It's proven, like I said, it was invented. What they did was invented by the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world. And what they did will probably shock you. It wasn't a diet. It wasn't about counting calories. It wasn't about exercise. It was strictly about a new protocol that's not based on counting calories at all. It's not based on any kind of diet that you've ever seen before. It's based, this will sound silly, it's based on food. What? Yes. But it was based on very specific food aimed only at one thing, and that was nutrition. So the researchers who created this, they put together a food list that both of them took to the grocery store. About 30% of the food they consumed came from proteins, fats, carbs, vegetables, and fruits, but only 30%. The other 70% came from food groups around the world, from places like Russia and Mongolia and Tibet and South America and New Zealand, that represented huge amounts of nutrition, but not huge amounts of food. Does everybody understand that? So what they did, these researchers put together for them a grocery list, 30% of the food they consumed in a month, and the other 70%. By the way, the researchers who created this, they don't have any products. There's no product to buy here. This is based on food and 2 completely new ways of consuming food that I'll share with you in just 1 second. But I want to clarify again. So 30% of what they consumed was a grocery list they got. You'd take it to the grocery store. The other 70% were from these nutrients and foods around the world. So then what they had them do, 5 days a week as they were going through their weight loss journey, they had 4 meals a day. You heard me. They started with these exotic foods around the world. They had lunch from the grocery store list, dinner from the grocery list, and the last meal of the day from these exotic foods around the world. Then that's called protein pacing. Then 2 days a week, each week until they got to their goals, they did something called intermittent nutritional fasting. Not fasting, not water fasting, not time restricting. In those days, no food from the grocery store, only these exotic foods around the world. But this time they let them have them 8 times a day. 8 times a day. So they were having something about every hour and a half. No one was hungry. Diabetics thrived on this. As a matter of fact, in 30 days, the diabetics, their insulin came down 41% in a month. Not these two, they weren't diabetics, but I'm just saying diabetics in general. Because remember, they were relying on these 10 peer-reviewed human trial studies. It's the protocol they did. It's called R2M, race to maintenance. By the way, they lost that weight 2.5 years ago. They've kept the weight off now for 2.5 years. Imagine at 80 years old being able to lose 91 pounds and keep it off. Back then, she couldn't exercise. Now she's playing pickleball 3 times a week, swimming 3 times a week. I'm talking about the mom now in the purple. Her name's Linda, and the daughter's name is Cindy. I had the great honor. I coached them. Okay, this was amazing. You think I'm excited for them to be on the cover of Woman's World, the #1 women's magazine in the world? You think you get on there if it's some kind of a scam? This is going to change the world, everybody. There's nothing like this. Never, ever, ever been anything. I'm going to show you some other before and afters that will support what they actually did. We only have 2 likes. Can we get some more? Can we get some more taps on the screen to get the likes up there, everybody? Lots of people. Amy joined us. Rick joined us. Janice Ministry joined us. Lily, user 394, Mooncat, World Class Weird, Calmly, Candace, Tracy. Again, I'd love for any of the women on here, just comment. What do you think about that? What do you think about? I mean, Cindy in the blue, she's 57 years old. She's a nurse. She weighs less than she did in high school. And her mom lost 91 pounds in 8 or 9 months, and they've both kept it off for 2.5 years. It's not a diet. Nothing to do with diet. Nothing to do with counting calories. I mean, it's just so spectacular. I'm so happy for them. Yeah, I got to coach them. Okay, that's cool. That was unbelievable. But they're so excited. What an opportunity for them. And all of us to share in their great, great story. What this does, hopefully, it increases your curiosity. Notice right above our head there, see it in blue, the new health conversation. It's a free medical website, free for you to go to. We won't contact you. If you go there, you get to see the medical proof behind how they did this. And if you like what you see, notice right above it says free coaching. It's free coaching, no kidding. It's not just the initial, it's all the way through. You think anybody else on social media has this? You think any of these influencers you're following have that? Who would it be? They don't have any medical proof. This is proven to be safe. That's what's so great about it. It's not some gimmick. I mean, 140 pounds between the two of them? Come on. I mean, it's just, it really helps with PCOS. And are you talking about I think you're trying to say hypothyroid. Yes, it definitely helps with hypothyroid as well. It's not a diet. Let me tell you one of the greatest parts about it. This is a medical syndrome that every one of us have, including me, called TDOS. The T is for toxicity, the D is for nutritional deficiency, the O is for being overweight, S is for stress. What it means is we're storing chemicals in our body. It's not up for debate. We know that's happening, right? Well, in this case, they did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis and proved that with this process, it's removing the chemicals from the body. That's why they had such incredible success. I'll show you some other pictures in a moment that you'll think we photoshopped them and we didn't. But again, for any of the women out there, what do you think about this? Do you think it's fake? You think we can't? It's the cover of Women's Day. We can't. Women's World. We can't fake it. It's not fake. I know it's hard to believe. I mean, it's just crazy what it's doing for people. Now, let me show you some other before and afters. Look at this. Kristen, 21 pounds, 38 inches in 30 days. By the way, no exercise at all. They actually wore Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise. She was part of the medical studies. Cindy and her mom, let me go back to the first picture. They weren't part of the medical studies. They're just, normal people that went on the protocol that was developed and proven in these 10 peer-reviewed human trial studies. So now I'm going to show you the people that were actually in the studies and what happened to them. So look at this, everyone. Kristen, 21.2 pounds, 38.75 inches in 30 days. I'd love for anybody to put in the chat. Please help me out. Put in the chat, if you were going to lose 20 pounds, how long would you give yourself? Be honest. How long would you say the best diet, the best workout, the best routine, the best trainer, whatever you want to do, you set the rules. How long would you give yourself to lose 20 pounds? Okay? Now, let's go a little bit farther here. Let's take a look at Julie. Oh, sorry, this is the daughter of a friend of mine. Yeah, that's real. That's real. 60 pounds in 3 months. 60 pounds. Look at her. Look at her face. Look at her arms. Look at her midsection. That's with no exercise. That picture's 8 years old. She's kept it up for 8 years. I know her. It's the daughter of a friend of mine. You think I'm going to Photoshop a friend? I mean, I guess you could think anything because it's so far out of what you're used to, so far out of what you believe, so far what we've all been told. Calories in, calories out doesn't work. It's nonsense. I'm going to show you all the medical proof to back up exactly what I'm saying here in just a couple minutes. I think what's so significant, where do you see this? That's 35 pounds in 37 days. Look at the change in her body. That's what I want you all to see. That's not Photoshop. That's absolutely real. Real. Look at that, everyone. What do you think? Please, somebody put in the comments. Simply Carrie, yeah, very interested. Okay, 3 months. Oh, thank you for that comment. So Simply Carrie, tell me, what do you think about that picture? That's Carrie, 35 pounds in 37 days. And look at the change in her body. Please put in the, hypothyroidism. That's what I thought. You just spelled it wrong. But oh my gosh, we have women with no thyroid cancer. We have a man with a heart transplant. We have people with no gallbladders. And we're not treating, curing, diagnosing, or making any medical claims whatsoever. Don't hear that. It's not what we're doing. But you have to understand, Simply Carrie, it's backed by 10 peer-reviewed human trial medical studies. How do you lose weight? I have 20 pounds left and can't lose it. Yeah, no, Kesson. I'm going to explain to you in a moment. Let me just show you a couple more pictures quick, okay? Even though this is a man, I want you to see how unbelievable this program really is. Now, this is an older gentleman. Look at this, everyone. 40 pounds and 52.5 inches in 30 days. Notice, 30 days. But look at his lab work. A1C 8.4 to 6.4. Triglycerides 242 to 124. So M. Nunes, I'm going to show you right now. This is more like what you want to lose. She lost 21 pounds, 38 inches. M. Nunes, how long would you give yourself typically to lose 20 pounds? But again, you're stalled out. And I'll tell you why you're stalled out. Because all you've lost so far, congratulations and not congratulations, is your lean muscle mass. There's no doubt about it. 25 to 40% of what you've lost already is your lean muscle. What your body does, your brain reacted by slowing down your metabolism. It's the only way you can succeed, you can move forward. You don't have enough fuel. I don't care what you do. Here's the scary part. Not only are you plateaued, you're probably going to gain back more weight than you lost. Now, I don't want to give you an opinion. Here's a big study from Medicare titled for you. Listen to this. Medicare search for effective obesity treatments. Diet's not the answer. Our researchers reviewed studies of long-term outcomes of calorie-restricted diets to assess whether that diet, calorie counting, is effective for treatment for obesity. The study showed that 2/3 of dieters regained more weight than they lost. So let me tell you where we're going to avoid that. Let me tell you what she did. How did she do it? Because would you be excited if you could lose 20 pounds in a month, M. Nunes? I need to lose 25 pounds. I'm in a plateau. How can I do it? Okay, you're all teaming up with me. Let me slow down. Don't get mad at me. I'm going to explain it to you. So first, you need to understand why the diet you're on, why you're plateaued and you're not going to lose any more weight. I don't care what you do. All a diet is, if you're honest about it, has nothing to do with counting calories, although you probably counted calories. All your body cares about, the brain, is do I have enough nutrition to run all the organs in the body? When diets you've been on, you've lowered the quantity of food you consume, but did they ever tell you lowered nutrition at the same moment? The researchers who created this, there's no products to buy here, everyone. This is going to be food and a new way for you to consume food. But the researchers who created this had done 40 years of studies, 100 studies, thousands of people on every diet you could imagine. They came up with this new protocol and said, look, the only thing we should be focused on is we're going to give people less food, but we're going to find foods with massive amounts of nutrition. So if you do this, and this is what she did, she got a grocery list, but only 30% of the food she purchased in a month came from her grocery store. Proteins, fats, carbs, vegetables, and fruits. But instead of giving her calorie counts, they gave her serving sizes. You got that so far? So 30% of what she consumed came from organic food in North America. But here was the key. The other 70% came from other researchers who for 20 years had gone around the world to places like Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand to find foods with huge amounts of nutrition, but very little quantity, as you would define it, right? So now you got 30% from the grocery store and 70% from these foods around the world. Then they invented 2 new ways of consuming food. Listen to this for you being on diets. 5 days a week, she had 4 meals a day. You heard me. She started with these exotic foods for breakfast, no food from the grocery store, lunch from the grocery store list, dinner from the grocery store list, and a fourth meal after dinner, these exotic foods. So 5 days a week, 4 meals a day. Got it? That's called protein pacing. 2 days a week, she did something, now this will spin you, intermittent nutritional fasting. Not water fasting, not time restricted eating. In those days, no food from the grocery store, only these exotic foods from around the world. But this time, on that 48 hours, she ate 8 times a day. She was eating something every hour and a half. See, it blows up diets. It has nothing to do with dieting, because by giving her enough nutrition over that period of time, she was literally fasting or creating the sensation of a fast without fasting. Look at the results. Look at that, everyone. That's 21 pounds, 38 inches in 30 days with no exercise. They were not allowed to exercise. They wore Fitbits. Now, you can certainly exercise if you want. But here's the thing for all of you. It's not simply Carrie. Let me explain to you. Go right here, everyone. Do you see right above their head the new health conversation? Go to that website, look at the medical proof, scroll down, and you get a free coach that'll get your grocery list and show you how to buy those foods from the exotic, and then they'll coach you for free. This is not a recipe. You're not getting recipes here. This is not nonsense like that. This is really explaining to you, and you actually get, the coaches will give you, it's called the Blueprints of Success, which was developed by the researchers. This is what they gave to their patients. So the yellows are daily videos from the researchers who don't sell anything. They don't have any products. We don't have any products. But this is not like, oh, here's the foods and go for it. It doesn't work like that. You want this. Look at them. Look at that result on the cover of Women's World, everyone. You think that's fake? 140 pounds between the two of them? And they've kept it off for 2.5 years? See, there's only one reason to do this. Maintenance. There's no other reason to do this but maintenance. I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. Does that sound like that's interesting to all of you? So simply, Carrie, take advantage. The coaching is 100% free. No gimmicks, no tricks. And that coach will be with you no matter how much weight you need to lose, because then we teach you maintenance. There's no point in doing this if you can't maintain it. They've maintained that for 2.5 years. Her mom's 80 years old. She lost 91 pounds in about 8 or 9 months. Are you kidding me? Simply, Carrie, what do you think about that? So, see, Cook, you understand? 25, well, how about, okay, Cook, is it fast enough? Is a month fast enough? Or in Julie's case, let me find Julie here. She lost 35 pounds in 37 days. But it's not just what you're going to eat, it's when you eat, how much you eat, what are the portions. That's all laid out. We coach you. Somebody coached us. I mean, I know you're all probably, skeptical. It's okay. We're giving you free, oh my God, it's a free medical website to go and look at the evidence. There's nothing to buy on that website. Only thing there's the medical evidence. And if you like what you see, you get a free coach. What the hell? Is it just me? I'm just nuts? You've never done anything like this before. So don't, see, the biggest mistake I think people make, they're trying to compare this to paleo or keto or Mediterranean or carb recycling or that stupid count your macros. Total nonsense, by the way, just nonsense. None of these diets work, everybody. My God, here's Johns Hopkins Medical School. I'll tell you, listen to this. Study predicts obesity apocalypse by 2030. 86% of Americans are going to be overweight or obese. Does that sound to any of you like your diets are working when all the evidence clearly says that on any diet? Here's Harvard Medical School. Stop counting calories. This is Harvard Medical School. They said the idea of a calorie in, calorie out when it comes to weight loss is not only antiquated, it's just wrong, says Fatima Stanford, obesity specialist, Harvard. Drop the calories notion, Stanford said it's time to concentrate on what's in the food, not how much food we're consuming. That's what these researchers did for all of us, for you, for your future. But here's the sad part. Most of you are going to go back to whatever silly diet you're on right now. When study after study after study says, here's another big one. The title of this one, The Science Behind Why Diets Don't Work. None of it's my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. You can think whatever you want, but the science doesn't have any emotions, unlike me. It doesn't care. Listen to this study. Our researchers reviewed more than 30 long-term calories in, calories out studies showing that by going on calorie deficit diet actually causes weight gain. The more diets someone has tried, the more they weigh. So not only does dieting not work for long-term weight loss, but it's associated with increased risk of binge eating, eating disorders, and long-term weight gain. What are you all doing? The reason you've plateaued, you've reduced your lean muscle mass 25 to 40%. It's slowed down your I don't give a damn what you do. You're not going to lose any more weight. You can starve yourself. You're not losing any more weight. And you watch the weight come back. None of these diets work long term. You don't have to believe me. I got another big study here somewhere. Let me find it. Here it is. Title, Why You Shouldn't Count Calories. Listen to what these researchers said. Truth is, calorie counting is a terrible approach for weight loss. While counting calories and restricting calories, calories in, calories out, can help you lose weight in the short term, the approach has never been proven to keep weight off long term. What's even worse, 2/3 of people who try to count or restrict their calories gain back more weight than they lost. So you're on a diet right now, you've lost the weight, you're going to end up weighing more than when you started. This is a tragedy. This is crazy what's happening. And I'd say 99% of you still believe calories in, calories out. It's nonsense. It doesn't work. As a matter of fact, I challenge any of you. Somebody put in the chat, what's the definition of a calorie that you're all counting? Why are you counting something you don't even know what it is? Because someone told you. Really? So, okay, the website. The websites, do you see it right there above their name? See it in blue, everybody? The New Health Conversation. So Lola's Essentials, do you see it there? And also Softest, where do you go? The website, it's right there in blue for you, the New Health Conversation. Does everybody say it? Put a yes, please. Summer, or any of it, put a yes in the chat just so I know you understand that's the free medical website to go to. It's right there at the top, the New Health Conversation, right above their heads. You see it, Softest? Okay. And Softest, when you go there, or any of you, we will not contact you. So don't think you're going to go there and you're going to get a phone call from us, because we're not doing that. We're not here to convince you. We're not here to twist your arm. We're not here to sell you. We're here to educate you. You're in control. You Google that, no spaces, the New Health Conversation. Look at the medical proof, including an interview with the #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist in the world. You know what he says in the interview? They'll never, after 40 years of research, 100 studies, 1,000, they'll never recommend a traditional diet to anybody ever again after this. I got to coach, I had the great privilege to coach those two women. 140 pounds. The mom's 80. She lost 91 pounds in 8 or 9 months. The daughter lost 51 pounds in less than 3 months, and they've kept it off for 2.5 years. Aren't you women excited in this? And that's on the cover of Women's World, the #1 women's magazine in the world, for crying out loud. This just came out today, literally today. We're so excited about it because it's going to just open the pathways for all of you to understand this is real. That is not Photoshop. We didn't make up the cover. You can go online. You can look at it. It's on the newsstand. Go get the magazine. Read their amazing story. That can be your story. I've got 2 people already. One lost 20. She stalled. Another one, 25 pounds. I can't lose any more weight. No kidding. Diets don't work long term. Do you all understand that? Do you all understand that? Can we get some more likes? We're at 404. Oh, also, yeah, the link is in my bio. But again, for all of you, who coming on? They've got new people coming on all the time. Please tell me. What do you think about this? What do you all think about this? Yes, AJ, I see you there. Hello, AJ. How you doing, AJ? I'm dying to know. Let me know how you're doing, okay? Come on, everybody. Can we get some more taps? I mean, I don't know what to tell you other than you talk about proof. But let's look at some more people, and then we'll talk about, I know we've got lots of new people coming on here, about how you do it, what you do, et cetera, okay? Okay, so let's take a look at Kristen. 35 pounds she wanted to lose. You can see, look, it's not made up. This is real. She lost 21 pounds, 38 inches in just 30 days with no exercise. I just had someone, if you're honest, put in the chat, I mean, I'm tired of gaining weight and tired. Yeah, I bet you are, Ashira. 54. Oh, wonderful, AJ. Wonderful. I can't wait to hear the results. But I want you all to understand, this is way beyond, the weight loss is almost the throw-in. It's like things like what you're talking about, to lower menopause symptoms, to give you more energy, to sleep better at night, diminish those aches and pains. But seriously, any of you, what do you think, like Shira, 54, what do you think about that picture? Do you think it's fake? Do you think it's the same woman? Or this is the one that really trips up people. This is the daughter of a friend of mine. It's his daughter. I know her. How about 60 pounds in 3 months, everybody? But look at the change in her body. Look at her face, look at her arms, look at her stomach here. That's not Photoshopped. It's absolutely not Photoshopped. That is absolutely real. Yeah, same woman, Sherry. So, Siri, and if I'm mispronouncing, but I think, do I pronounce it Sherry? Is that proper pronunciation? If it's not, I apologize in advance. I hate getting people's names wrong. It's not because I'm impolite. I'm a really very nice guy. I'm a mad scientist, but I'm a pretty nice guy, okay? So you're saying I am pronouncing your name correctly. Okay, Sherry. So Sherry, just give me your comment. What do you already said it's the same woman. But have you ever seen anything like that, Sherry? Tell me, be honest. Tell me, have you ever seen anything like that? And remember, Sherry, that's with no exercise, none, zero exercise. And I'm going to, and Sherry, let me know if you can read this. This is the website. I'm only typing it in here just so I don't have to go back to the first slide. The new health whoa, I'm having trouble typing here, folks. There it goes. Hold on just a second. Yeah, sure. You lost weight, no carbs, and can't sustain it. By the way, a low-carb diet is very, very dangerous for you, Sherry. Let me read the medical research on it. Here's a big study done in Nutrients, one of the big medical journals, on low carbohydrate, the exact thing you're on. Listen to this. They said low carbohydrate diets are associated with big reductions in lean muscle mass and increase osteoporosis risk in obese individuals. Did you know that, Sherry, before this? Did you know you were increasing your risk of osteoporosis by being on a low carb diet? See, this is how crazy this stuff is. But I'm just saying in general, people are following these influences with not one shred of medical evidence. I see a chiropractor, he recommends a keto diet. He's got like 8 million followers. Really? Did he tell people about this study? No, of course not. I mean, you all have an opportunity to, the sad thing is my insurance paid med weight loss, and no, I didn't know. Well, now you know. Look, Sherry, honestly, what do you think about that picture? Have you ever seen anything like that before? I'm just, for any of you, please, somebody comment. This is live, it's not pre-recorded, I'm really here. Yeah, no, I haven't, exactly. So Sherry, how much more how much do you still want to lose? I'm just curious. You said you gained it, most of it you gained back, which I'm not, or you can't sustain it. So how much more do you want to go? And I'll give you a realistic explanation. No, I haven't seen anything like that. Yeah, I agree with you. But I'm just curious about how much more do you want to go? And I'll give you a realistic explanation about how fast I think you can do it. And again, let me show everybody the website that you can all go to if you want. So see right above their name, see right above their picture, see it in blue, everybody, the New Health Conversation. Free medical website. Coaching, free. Because I get people put in the chat, how much is the consultation? How much is the free coaching? It's like, really? Are we that skeptical? I guess we are. There's no gimmicks, there's no tricks, there's no hooks here. This is real medical proof. Real medical proof. No, I don't want to be amazing. I just want to be informative. That's all there is. So how much more would you like to lose, Sherry? That's what I was trying to get at. Because I'll give you a realistic answer about how long it will take you to do it. But do you see what it says up there, Sherry? Free coaching. Free coaching. So for all of you women on here, that's the cover of Women's World magazine. This came out today. The mom and daughter lost combined 140 pounds. The mom's 80, the daughter's 57. The daughter lost, I think, 51 pounds in like 90 days. I coached them. And I know this, so I'm making up. I know it was 3 months, but the mom lost 91 pounds in about 8 months at 80 years old. Hello, 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 everybody. Well, she wasn't 80 at the time. Actually, she's 80 now, so she was what, 78? 10 to 15. Oh, Sherry, easy, Sherry, 2 weeks. Did you hear what I said, Sherry? 3 weeks max 3 weeks with no exercise. How much would that excite you, Sherry? Would that excite you quite a bit? I'm waiting for her to respond. Who else would like to ask me? Oh, we're at 746 likes. Can we get some more taps? Can we get some more people liking what we're hearing here today? Well, you can still exercise. That's not I just told you. These two ladies, they exercise. I'm just saying in the studies, they didn't allow anybody to exercise because they didn't want exercise to be an outlier. No one's opposed to exercise. That's for darn sure. Well, you're going to do this protocol. So what you do, you'd get a grocery list, 30% of what you're going to consume. You'd go to the grocery store, proteins, fats, carbs. Notice carbs, you're going to have carbs, of vitamins and fruits, okay? 30%. The other 70% is going to come from these food groups from around the world. You can't buy at your grocery store. They come from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. They're going to represent 70% of what you consume. Then 5 days a week, you're going to have 4 meals a day, and they're going to consist of starting with these exotic foods from around the world for breakfast, lunch from the grocery store, dinner from the grocery store, and Sherry, a fourth meal after dinner of these exotic foods. 5 days a week. 2 days a week, you're going to do something called intermittent nutritional fasting, but not fasting, not water fasting, not time restricted eating. On those days, no food from the grocery store, only the exotic foods from around the world. But this time, Sherry, you're going to eat, this will blow your mind, you're going to eat 8 times a day. You're going to be literally eating every hour and a half for about 12 hours. You show me any diet like that. Because see, this is based on nutrition. Has nothing to do with calories. Has nothing to do with quantities. Well, it does a little bit because they give you serving sizes. But the serving sizes are not of the quantity of food. It's about how much nutrition you're getting. Sherry, does this make sense? It's got to make sense to you and everybody. That's why this works. That's why it's called intermittent nutritional fasting. Fasting with nutrition. Because the quantities are very low in the amount of food, but the amount of nutrition is off the charts. Good. So that makes sense, Sherry. I'm happy that you get that. And Sherry, just confirm with me, you understand the website is right there in blue, the New Health Conversation. Please give me a yes. Yes, the coaches are going to show you how to order them. We don't sell you anything. There's no products. So they turn you on to the suppliers and show you how to order those foods. And then it's free coaching, Sherry. You're going to get a free coach. That's what we do. It's not like, oh, here's the food, go for it. No. That's not how it works. It says the website only offers the consultant. No, the website has all the medical proof. I'll show everybody the website, just so you know, Sherry. Okay, hold on one second. Here's the website, everybody. That's the website. So each one, when it says 1, 2, 3, and 4, those are all modules educating you about this. And then once you get to see that, if you want, scroll down, then you get a free coach. The website's very important because number one on there is an interview with the #1 nutrition weight loss physiologist. There's nothing to buy there, as you can see, because we don't want to trick you. We want you to see the medical proof. Then, if you decide, okay, I want to do this, then get with a coach, and they'll show you. You also get this, Sherry. This blueprint. This is what they did in the medical studies, and the patients got those yellows are daily videos from the researchers. And they don't sell anything. They don't have any products. They have no dog in this hunt, other than they want the world to know how to do this so that they get their best possible results. Sherry, does that make sense? All of you, am I making sense? I'm on it. Good. I want all of you just to see the medical. He lost 45 pounds and 60 inches, everybody, in 30 days. Look at his blood work. A1C went from 7.9 to 6.2. LDL 120 to 59. I mean, Sherry, if you were going to lose 15 pounds, I'm putting you on the spot, I know. But let's say the 15 pounds you want to lose. If you didn't know about this and you were going to go on a diet, how long would you give yourself to lose 15 pounds? I'm just really curious, if you don't mind putting it in the chat. And we're at 799 likes now. Can we get some more taps? Let's get to 800 or more. Okay, everybody, let's see if we can get this thing going. So yes, you get it. Okay, fine. And you understand to go to the, where to get the food from around the world. Okay, Ann Boyd. Again, Ann, let me just explain to you. It's not just the foods from around the world, Ann. It's how you consume them, when you consume them. So Ann, can you see that website in blue right above the article, The New Health Conversation? So you came on maybe late. Those two ladies I coached, I know them personally. So the daughter's on the right, she's a nurse. She lost 51 or 52 pounds in about 90 days. Her mom lost 91 pounds in 8 months. They've both kept it off for 2.5 years on this protocol, which is not a diet. It's not about counting calories. It's not about recipes. It's totally different than any of that. Because not only will you get you get the foods, but you get a coach for free the whole time, because the whole key is not to get the weight off you, which we know we can. It's to teach you and show you how to keep it off for the rest of your life. How does that sound? I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks. That was 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. So I'd say we have, so softest, you get that? So the website only offers a consultation. Am I missing any steps? No, I just showed you, the website shows you all the medical proof. So you get to see the medical proof before you get a coach. Does that make sense? Softs S. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. That's exactly what I want, to keep it off. You're right. I can lose it, but to maintain. So yeah, Sherry, that's the whole reason to do this. It's only to, look, imagine they lost that more than 2 years ago and they've kept it off now for 2 years. In the studies, some of these studies were started 13 years ago. They've tracked the people in the studies. They've been able to keep the weight off now for 13 years. So we know that it works, but you need to be taught how do you do that? So it's not simple like, oh, here's some recipes. No, it's there's a lot more involved in it than that. That's why you get a coach, and that's why also if you do it, this is what the research has developed for the patients in these medical studies. And you're going to do exactly what they did. It's right here. And you have a live coach as well. Call this your virtual coach or your prescription in a sense. And then the live coach is there to answer any and all questions and also to motivate you and give you encouragement as you go through, right? So who else would like to ask me a question? Again, I want to just show you some of the other people that are involved here. Look at this, everyone. 21 pounds, 38 inches in just 30 days. That's not Photoshop. There's no exercise involved. Look at the change from day 1 to day 30. Look at from her hips up. Look at how much she shrank. Look at that. It's the same woman, by the way. It's not a different woman. A lot of people think maybe we faked you out. They call me TC. Yeah, I'm 54 and struggle with. Okay, TC, look at this. The one on the right, she's 57. She lost 51 pounds in 3 months. The mom on the left is 80. She lost 91 pounds in 8 months. Huh. What do you think about that, TC? I'd love to make a comment. Tell me what you think. Well, look at that. That's this. It came out today. TC, this is the cover of Women's World, the #1 women's magazine in the whole darn world. You think you get on the, it's so amazing. People, I coach these two women. I know them. They're wonderful people. Wonderful. I'm following you. We have an open house to head to, but going to go to the website. Great, Sherry. So they call me CC. Please tell me, what do you think about that, CC? Of course, it's on the cover. CC, do you know how popular that mag? You know better than I do. It's by far and away the #1 selling. Does that impress you? Does that give you hope that this is real? Please tell me, because that's what we want this to be able to do. That's what Women's World said. They said this. They've never had anything like this. They've never had a mom and daughter with this kind of a result. No one's ever seen it before. And CC, you weren't on. It's backed by 10 peer-reviewed human trial medical studies, not scientific papers, not a clinical trial. TC, it's a wonderful magazine. Do you get it? So TC, before I forget, do you see right above their name? Just give me a yes, the New Health Conversation. Do you see that? If you see it, that's the website you go to see the medical proof. And then right above it, do you see where it says free coaching? I coach those two, okay? So I'm not saying I can coach you. I've gotten crazy busy now, but that's okay. I'm teaching coaches how to coach. But so when you go to the website, look at the medical proof, TC. If you like what you see, then we won't contact you. Why would we need to? We have this now as proof, and then the actual medical studies, you can see them on the website. And then if you want, scroll down and sign up for a free coach. TC, does that sound too good to be true? So this is, by the way, the June 9th issue, TC, just so you know. It just came out today. So what's been on the newsstand is the June 2nd issue, which is ending. But this just came out today. So TC, are you excited? Are you curious? Are you you understand what this could do for you? Wow, we're at 933 likes, everybody. Let's get some more taps and get this thing over 1,000, right? So they will contact you, yes. If you fill out the form, you scroll down and you'll see free consultation. Fill out that form and a coach will get back to you. I would say normally we try and do within 24 hours, but because this just launched today, yeah, I would say it'd be unusual. We'll figure out a way to get back to you no later than tomorrow. It might even be yet today because the magazine just hit. I should pick up Vaughn's and I will pick up the magazine. Good, good. And I've got medication I want to get off. Will someone contact me about? Yes. If you fill out the form, you will get contacted. They'll normally call you, text you, email you, whatever. Smoke signals. No, I'm not kidding about smoke signals. Yes, absolutely. All you have to do is scroll down. It says free consultation. It's free. It's not a gimmick. They're not going to call you up and say, well, the consultation's $50. No, 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 no. And you're not buying anything from the coaches. You're going to get a grocery list, if you do it, 30% of the foods in the grocery store, and they'll show you how to buy those other foods direct from the suppliers. We don't sell you anything. The researchers don't sell you anything. But we got coached. We've got medical doctors and chiropractors and dietitians and nutritionists and fitness people. They're all coaching people because either their client did it and they found out, they went on it and had an incredible result. And then all of a sudden their sister, their brother, their cousin, people work saying, what the hell are you doing? Our main, to be honest with you, okay, like CC, we only have so many coaches right now anyway. But more and more people, they're going on and having a great result and they want to help their friends, let's say, in particular. We need help. You too, CC. Thank you very much for being on. Wait till you read the article. It's really something else. It's wonderful. Hey, we're at 999. Come on, we got to get to 1,000 here right now, okay? So soft S, hopefully you got that. And CC, you did see the website, the New Health Conversation. Please confirm that you know that's where you can go to get the medical proof, and then you can get a free consultation if you want to, okay? Who else would like to? We're stuck at 999. That's scary. Come on, let's get some more taps and get over 1,000. I know we can easily get over 1,000. I did one this morning. I think I had 9,000 likes because we went for a couple hours. I'm not saying I'm going to go for a couple hours now. So who else would like to ask me a question? Because it's not just Cindy and her mom. Look at these other people. Look at this other woman. 21 pounds, 38 inches in a month. In a month, everybody. And then we have Julie over here. Hold on. Look at that, everybody. That's 35 pounds in 37 days. Look at the change in her body. Look at the change. This has been the best solution. Wow. Wow, look at what someone's saying. This is the best solution I've ever seen as a clinical exercise physiologist. Wow, well, that's pretty amazing. So Danelle it is, right? So Danelle, I know that you know this is real. Let me just see. I mean, when we're talking about as a clinical exercise physiologist, when you look at that, 60 pounds in 3 months, and look at her face and her arms and her body, what would you say? I mean, what would you have said, if you first saw that? So Laura Radford, what do you do to lose weight? Okay, I'm going to explain it to you in 1 second, Laura, I promise, okay? But I'm just trying to get a comment about this. So, Laura, what do you think about that woman? Is it the same woman who lost 60 pounds in 3 months? And I promise, I'm going to tell you what she did, how she did it here in just a moment. Okay? So what to do to lose weight? Okay, I'm going to explain it to you. Let's go back to a simple one. Not simple. So that, Laura, is 21 pounds, 38 inches a month. So here's what she did. The researchers who invented this, Laura, are the top weight loss nutrition researchers in the world for 40 years. And they figured out why diets don't work is pretty simple. It has nothing to do with counting calories. It only has to do with one, and the most important thing to any of us is nutrition. What happens to you on a diet, forget about counting calories, because the body that can't count calories doesn't know what a calorie is. When you go on a diet, you're reducing the amount of food you're consuming, but what they never tell you is you're reducing the amount of nutrition. Do you get that part? When that happens, the brain senses not enough nutrition, fuel. It then goes and begins to turn your muscles into fuel, slowing down your metabolism. We've had 2 or 3 women today already saying, I lost 20 pounds, no matter what I do, I can't lose any more. That's because as you lose lean muscle, your body slows down your metabolism. That's why you hit a plateau, and that's why no matter what you do, you can't lose any more weight. So the researchers knew this and said, wait a minute. We know we're going to give people, if we can do it, we're going to create a new system where we can give people less food by quantity, but increase nutrition. So Laura, she got a grocery list that she took to her grocery store, but only 30% of what she consumed was from the grocery store, organic foods, proteins, fats, carbs, vegetables, and fruit. And instead of giving her calorie amounts, they gave her serving sizes. Got that? So that's only 30% of what she was going to eat in a month. The other 70%, Laura, came from these food sources from other researchers, not the ones who invented this, because they don't have any products, they don't have a company, they're scientists. So these other researchers had, for over 20 years, gone around the world to Russia, Mongolia, to Tibet, in the Himalayas, South America, New Zealand, to find foods with huge amounts of nutrition, but not huge amounts of quantity. Okay, Laura, so that's what you're going to eat. But now the critical part is, how are you going to eat it? So 5 days a week, Laura, you'd have 4 meals a day. You'd start with these exotic foods around the world. That's breakfast. Lunch, from the grocery store list, from your grocery store, regular food. Dinner, grocery store, regular food. And then a 4th meal after dinner, these exotic foods from around the world. You're going to do that 5 days a week, 4 meals a day. That's called protein pacing. 2 days a week, you're going to do something called intermittent, nutritional, don't get tripped up on the next word, fasting. Not regular fasting, not water fasting, not time-restricted eating. You're literally going to fast with nutrition. Now, how did they pull that off? They pulled it off because no food from the grocery store, only these exotic foods around the world, but this time, 2 days a week, she's eating 8 times a day. You heard me. So she was eating every hour and a half. Now, keep in mind, what I'm explaining to you now is until you get to your goal. It's not forever. Maintenance is simpler. Maintenance on this is so simple. You simply have your breakfast as these exotic foods around the world, 2 normal meals, and then maybe once every couple months do another 48-hour intermittent nutritional fast. I did it 23 years ago. I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks. I've kept it off for 23 years. That's what everybody should be shooting. So this has been, okay, let's see. So what to do to lose weight? I just explained that to you. So Laura, does that make sense? Do you have any other questions? And Laura, what you can do and everybody else, you see, I coached these 2 women. I coached them. But right above their head, see it in blue, the new health conversation. Do you see that right there? Because that's the free website to go to. And if you go there, Laura, we're not going to contact you. We don't do that. Only way you can contact us is if you scroll down and sign up for a free personal consultation. Does that make sense? That's the only reason to do this, is to learn how to do it and learn how to maintenance. And that coach will be there, not just your initial to get to the grocery list and show you how to buy those foods directly from those suppliers, but they'll coach you all the way through to, we have people that need to lose, 150 pounds. It may take 6-7 months. Those coaches are with them the whole way. Because we all got coached. Someone did it for us. I don't know if you ever saw the movie, one of my favorites, Pay It Forward. That's kind of what we're doing. But the difference with all of this, Laura, we have 10 peer-reviewed human trial medical studies. There's no other diet weight loss protocol in the world with 10 peer-reviewed. I mean, the studies that are done on diets are absolutely pitiful. I'm going to show you a couple of them here in just a moment. So let's go first in terms of proof. Let's take a look here at this study that was done in the Journal of the American Medical Association. I have it in my hand. I don't make up things. I only give you real medical proof. This was the study done in the title of the study was Comparison of Weight Loss Among Named Diet Programs in Overweight and Obese Adults. They looked at 48 different trials, 7,286 people over 12 months. And they named all the major diets in these studies. So paleo, keto, Mediterranean, time-restricted eating, the Cornish diet, the zone diet, the carnivore diet, the Jenny Craig Weight Watch, didn't matter. After 12 months, let me show you how ineffective diets are. From the most amount of weight loss to the least amount of weight loss in a year, it was 10 ounces. And right in the study, the weight loss across all these studies was 16 pounds in a year, and 25 to 40% of what people lost was lean muscle mass. Now let's talk about the shots, because a lot of people are doing the shots. I'm not against the shots. We're not telling people not to do it. It's helping diabetic, helping people morbidly obese. But let's look at the results, okay? Let's look at what they found. This is in the New England Journal of Medicine, so you all can go look it up. It's in the public domain. This study on once weekly semaglutide in adults with overweight or obesity. This is the New England Journal of Medicine, 68 weeks. The weight loss after 68 weeks, I'm reading right from the study, was 32 pounds, and 40% of what they lost was lean muscle mass. Did you hear what I said? They lost, but it took them 68 weeks to lose 32 pounds. She lost 21 pounds in a month. Now wait, let's talk about Curtis here. He lost 40 pounds in a month, 52 inches in a month, Has anyone ever seen, look at his stomach. You think that's Photoshopped? It's not Photoshopped. But look at his lab work. Look at his A1C. It went from 8.4 to 6.4. His triglycerides, 242 dropped to 124. What do you think, everybody? I mean, seriously, what do you think about that picture? You think it's Photoshop? You think it's fake? The one that always gets them out of sorts is this woman here. They accused me of having a different woman. It's the daughter of a friend of mine who's a realtor. What do you think, everybody? Is it the same woman? Did we Photoshop it? Is it AI? I'd love for someone to put it in the comments. So Laura, does that make sense to you? And you understand to go to that web? I'm going to put it in the comments, and then people tell me that sometimes they can't read in the comments below. I don't know why that is. It shows up on my end, but maybe it's not showing up on your ends for some reason. Conversation. So it's the New Health Conversations where all the medical proof is, where you can also get a free coach the whole time. So right under your name now, Laura, it says the New Health, not Conversations. Sorry, it's the New Health I don't know how I did that. Sorry, everybody. The New Health, not Conversations, singular, health, there we go. I spelled it right the second time around, You'd probably find it if you did Conversations as well, but the New Health Conversation, there it is. And so let's go back to the beginning. This is today's issue, Women's World. It just came out today. I coached these two wonderful women. The one on the right is a nurse. She's 57 years old. She lost 51 pounds in about 90 days, 2.5 years ago. The mom is 80. She lost 91 pounds. It took her about 8 months. She's kept it off now. Well, it's going on 2.5 years for both of them. But at 80 years old, and 9 months ago, she couldn't climb a flight of stairs, barely. And now she's playing pickleball 3 times a week, swimming 3 times a week, and walking 4 miles a day. She got her life back. That's why this is not about, the weight loss is great, but that's not the main reason to do it. So who else? Oh, we got 1,000 likes now. That's great. Who else would like to ask me a question about this? Because we're at 53 minutes. I'm going to quit in about another 7 or 8 minutes, only because I have another call I need to make. But who would like to ask me a question about, again, I can't fake the cover of Women's World. That is absolutely real. As are all these other before and afters. I mean, who would not be happy with 21 pounds and 38 inches in a month? If you did half of that, would you be excited? I know you would, because they tell you on diets you're going to average about 1 pound a week. It's nonsense, of course. And then I'm going to show you Julie here in just a second. So this is Julie, 35 pounds in 37 days. 35 pounds in 37 days. But doesn't it? It does look like a different woman. I mean, almost, but it's the same woman. I promise you. I promise you, that's the same woman. So all I can tell you is, are you really serious about losing weight or not? Are you going to follow these crazy diets, none of which they don't work long term? I'm going to read for some of the new people. This is from Medicare, a big study. Medicare's search for effective obesity treatments. Diets are not the answer. This is from Medicare, not me saying this. The researchers reviewed studies of calories in, calories out, long-term outcomes with these diets to assess whether dieting is an effective treatment for obesity. The researchers found in the studies that 2/3 of dieters regained more weight than they lost on any of these diets. So literally 2/3 of you, you don't have to believe me, but 2/3 are going to weigh more than when you started on any of these diets. Why are you dieting by counting calories? I'm still waiting. No one has been able to put in the chat, why in the world are you counting calories if you don't even know what a calorie is? I've been waiting for anyone to put in the chat, what's the definition of a calorie? And no one's done it. So, okay, I'm going to go 5 more minutes. I'm happy to answer. This is live. I'm happy to answer any question for anybody over that period of time. And then this is my good friend's daughter, 60 pounds in 3 months. Just look at that picture, everyone. Do you think it's the same woman? I know on the right, it looks like she's taller, but she's just standing on something. But I'd love for anybody to comment. Is it the same woman? Please, someone put it in the chat. I just want to see, A, if you're paying attention, and B, do you think it's the same woman? Because obviously, if that's the same woman, I would assume you'd be very, very curious. How did she do this, and is it safe? Well, not only is it safe, but it's backed up by 10 peer-reviewed human trial studies where they measured muscle. Do you know that she gained 6 to 9% lean muscle and she wasn't allowed to exercise? No one was allowed to exercise. And not that they were against exercise, but they didn't want exercise to be an outlier, if you can appreciate that. Does that make sense to everyone? So can we get some more taps? We're right at 1,000. I'd like to get maybe another 100 or 200 likes before we end this podcast right now. So it's 2, that's 4 o'clock on the East Coast. I'll maybe do one more around, let's see, so if it's around maybe 4 o'clock Eastern time today, just to let you know. And then tomorrow, the first one I'll do tomorrow, let's see, 12:31, 2. Probably the first one I'll do tomorrow probably is around 3 or 3:30 tomorrow afternoon in case you want to invite friends or come back or whatever you might want to do. But the most important thing for everybody that's still on here, right above their name there, you can see in blue, the New Health Conversation. It's the free medical website to go to. We won't contact you if you go there. We will not contact you. And if you like what you see, scroll down. And you can see right there, free coaching. But the coaching is not just the initial consultation. It's all the way through, including showing you what to do with me. I coach these 2 women. I know them, obviously, really well. And Cindy on the right in the blue, she's a nurse, 57 years old. She lost 51 pounds in about 90 days. Her mom on the left lost 91 pounds in about 8 months. She's 80. Well, she's 80. So then she was about 70, 77 and a half, something. But still, I mean, are you kidding me? Because normally, so how do we lose weight? Okay, great question. I will answer it for you. So what did they do is the more appropriate question, all right? Now, you understand, Beth, you can go today and buy, this came out today in Women's World, their story, but I'm going to explain to you what they did. But let's zero in on another person, not part of this article, but this person was part of the medical studies. That's what I want to show you. So she lost, listen to this, 21 pounds, 38 inches in 30 days. Now, what did she do? Well, first of all, she wasn't on a diet. Let's start with that. Secondly, she didn't count calories. The people who invented this, Beth, are considered the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world. Please be patient. It's going to take me a minute or 2 to explain it. This isn't some simple answer. These researchers figured out after 40 years of research, 100 studies, thousands of people, the reason diets didn't work was really pretty simple. All a diet is, Beth, hopefully you agree with this, you reduce the amount of food you're consuming, but what they never tell you when you do that, you reduce the amount of nutrition. Well, the bad part about that, when the brain senses not enough nutrition, it panics, goes in starvation mode, and immediately stops accessing the fuel in your fat cells and turns to your muscles for fuel. And then 2 of the most unhealthy things you could ever do to yourself. Number 1, it slows down your metabolism. That's why initially on these diets you lose. I had 2 women just a couple of minutes ago talking about one had 25 more pounds and one had 30. They said no matter what, they're stuck. They can't lose any more weight. Well, that's not true with this, all right? So why diets fail is because when you lower the amount of food, you're lowering the amount of nutrition. So the researchers said, wait, we need to concentrate only on nutrition. Now there's no products involved. This is food. So they put together food lists for her. 30% of what she consumed, she took to her grocery store. Proteins, fats, carbs, vegetables, and fruits. But instead of giving her calories, they gave her serving sizes, but only 30% of what she ate in a month, okay? The other 70% of what you consume didn't come from these researchers who have no products to sell. They didn't come from us. They came from other researchers who had gone around the world for more than 20 years to places like Russia and Mongolia and Tibet and South America, New Zealand, to find foods with huge amounts of nutrition, but not huge amounts of quantity. Got it? So 30% from the grocery store, 70%. And our coaches would show you exactly how to order those exotic foods, not from us, but from the suppliers. Then what they did, they had to create new ways of eating, which they did. So 5 days a week, she and everybody else that was doing this had 4 meals a day, unheard of on diets. Starting the exotic meals, that was breakfast every day, lunch from the grocery store list, dinner from the grocery store list, and a fourth meal, Beth, after dinner, these exotic foods from around the world. Got it? So 5 days a week, 4 meals a day, that's called protein pacing, right? 2 days a week, she did something called intermittent nutritional fasting, not water fasting, not time restricted. In those days, no food from the grocery store, only these exotic foods. But this time, Beth, they let her eat 8 times a day. Yeah, she was eating like every hour and a half. There's the results. Now, keep in mind, Beth, this is only till you get to your goal. Then they teach you, look, this picture is 8 years old. She's maintained that weight now for more than 8 years. The whole reason to do one of the reasons, a big reason, is maintenance. What the heck is the point of you going on a diet, losing the weight, only to gain it all back? And all the medical studies are saying, like the New England, like this big study in Medicare, that 2/3 of dieters who did calories in, calories out, gained back more weight than they lost. That's not an opinion on my part. You can believe whatever you want to believe. If you're on a diet by counting calories, you're doomed. Because the human body, why are you counting calories when you don't even know what a calorie is? I'm talking in generalities now. But I'd love for someone to put in the chat the definition of what the heck is a calorie. Oh, we're at 2,000 likes now. We're really getting some interest. So Beth, does that make sense? And then Beth, if you want to know more, right above their heads there, you can see it in blue, Beth, the new health conversation. That's the free medical website. If you go there, we won't contact you. But if you like what you see, you notice right above, free coaching to ensure your success. Scroll down, you get a free coach the whole time. Free, 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 free. No gimmicks. Like people say, how much is the consultation? No, it's free. I know it sounds good. We got coached. We were coached for free. I mean, I would hope, keep going, A. Willocks. No, that's not true. It's not a unit of energy. So keep going, dig a little bit deeper, and show me if you can find. You can find it. Trust me. But I want you to be very, very specific about what a calorie is, because the majority of people are on calorie reduction diets, and yet they have no idea what a calorie is. Nor does the body. The body has no idea what a calorie is. Okay. So A. Wilcox, nice. Keep going. I'm sure you can find it, and it'll probably surprise you as well. So who else would like to ask me a question? I mean, the big thing I think is when people see this, the daughter of a friend of mine, is it the same woman, everybody? Is that the same woman? I'd love, put it in the chat. Is it the same woman? Is it Photoshopped? Is it AI? Is it some weird thing? No, it's totally real. So A. Wilcox, I'm still waiting for anybody else like to take a stab, put it in the comments about what is a calorie? What is the actual scientific explanation of a calorie? While they're doing that, let's talk about why calorie counting doesn't and can't work. Not my opinion. This is the medical proof for all of you to listen. Oh God, yes, it massively lowers stress and massively lowers, well, in a month's time, they proved, Jen Farr, that inflammation, which is the underlying cause of every disease, it came down 25% in 30 days. People's stress levels, sometimes in a week, we were going, oh my God, my stress is gone. I'm sleeping better at night. I have less aches and pains, etc. It makes sense because, again, this is, what if you have high blood pressure? High blood pressure. Where do you see this? Now, this is not Photoshop for B pick, right? This gentleman, now granted, big guy, 350 pounds, wait till you see this. This is not photoshopped. And I don't think anyone's ever seen anything like this. He lost 75 pounds and 65 inches in, you can see that 50 days. But look at his blood pressure. It went from 149 over 81 to 103 over 64. Can you all see that? Can you see it? I'll come as close as I can to the camera so you can see it. Oh my gosh. As a matter of fact, most people on blood pressure medication, with the help of their doctor, normally within a week or two, they have to cut their meds by 50%. How excited would that make you? So pick 50. Does that make sense? Do you understand? And then pick 50 for all of you. Here's where you can see the medical proof. Because you'll see, do I have it here? Let me just see. Let's see. I mean, it's so crazy what this has done for people. It's almost hard to believe. Because it's not a diet. Do you understand when you go, well, let me talk about cortisol. Someone was asking me about cortisol. Let me explain this to you about going on a diet and why they don't work. That was who? So let's see. Who was it that asked me about that? Oh, R2M. Okay. I'm reading from the study for you, R2M. Okay. Why you shouldn't count calories is the title of the study. They said, while counting calories and restricting calories can help you lose weight in the short term, the approach has never been proven to keep weight off long term. What's even worse, 2/3 of people who try to count or restrict their calories gain back more weight than they lost. Here's your answer. Counting calories increases chronic psychological stress and cortisol production, 2 factors that are known to cause weight gain. This is not about counting calories. Your body is in a state of happiness because you're giving it. See, your body only runs on nutrition. It doesn't run on calories. It doesn't know what a calorie is. I'm still waiting for someone to show me the true definition of a calorie. So yes, R2M, it can help massively bringing down your cortisol levels. But inflammation is the one you really want to be concerned. It came down 25% in a month. And in a month's time, people with no exercise, R2M, they gained 6 to 9% lean muscle mass. They didn't lose any muscle mass. They didn't put strain in the body. So of course their cortisol levels came down. Isn't that amazing? And you can go and see the medical proof right there, the New Health Conversation. Go take a look. It's right. It's free. And we won't contact you if you go there. You notice right above free coaching to ensure your success. The coaching's free. So R2M, high insulin. Wait a minute. High insulin? Wait, you see this? Look at Curtis. Look at his A1C. That's 30 days. Look at his A1C went from 8.4 to 6.4 in 30 days. Insulin came down 41% in a month. And look at his triglycerides, 242 to 124. Oh, and by the way, did lose 40 pounds in 30 days. Do you see that? I tried the GOP, lost 20 pounds in 6 months. See, that's 20 pounds. Well, wait a minute. She lost 20 pounds in a month. Look at that. In a month. R2M, what do you think about that? On what program? On this, it's called R2M, invented by the top weight loss researchers in the world after 40 years. It's based on food and a new way of consuming food. I'll explain it to you right now. So look at that though. 21 pounds, 38 inches in a month. You want to know how she did it? Yes, I'm sure you do. So the researchers who put this together figured the reason diets don't work is all a diet is reducing the quantity of food you're consuming, but they're ignoring nutrition. When you reduce food, you're reducing nutrition. When the brain figures out there's not enough nutrition to run all the organs, it does 2 of the most unhealthy things you could ever do to yourself. Number 1, it slows down your metabolism. That's why you plateau on these diets. That's why you come off and gain everything back. But the other thing that happens when you lose lean muscle mass, it slows down your own immune system. So you're making yourself really unhealthy by going on a diet by counting calories. So the researchers said, wait a minute. What if we concentrated just on how much nutrition the body needs, regardless of the quantities? The goal was, can we give you less food, but increase nutrition? So here's how they did it. The researchers, put together a grocery list that she consumed. So 30% of what she consumed was proteins, fats, carbs, vegetables, and fruit. But instead of giving her calorie counts, they give her serving sizes, but only 30% of what she consumed in a month. The other 70% came from these suppliers who'd gone around the world for 20 years to places like Russia, Mongolia, Tibet in the Himalayas, South America, New Zealand, to find foods with huge amounts of nutrition, but small quantities of food by volume. So then they had the ingredients, right? 30% from the grocery store, 70% from these exotic foods around the world. And then they created 2 new ways of consuming the food. 5 days a week, she had 4 meals a day. You heard me, 4 meals a day. Started breakfast with these world's most perfect, these exotic foods, lunch from the grocery store, dinner from the grocery store, and a 4th meal after dinner, these exotic foods around the world. So 5 days a week, she was having 4 meals a day. Got it? 2 days a week, she did something, listen to me carefully, intermittent, nutritional fasting, not fasting. Not water fasting, not time restricted eating. In those days, no food from the grocery store, only these exotic foods around the world. But this time they let her eat, you ready for this? 8 times a day. Yeah, she was eating every hour and a half. Listen, in a month's time, people's hunger went down 41%. In less than a week, people experience massive decrease in cravings. Because, see, your body has never craved a calorie. It doesn't know what a calorie is. It doesn't give a damn about a calorie. You know what it craves? Nutrition. So if you can give your body, regardless of the amount, as long as you give it enough nutrition, your cravings are gone. They proved it. They proved it. It's not up for debate. And then all of you get a chance, if you want, right? And this came out today in Women's World, the #1 women's magazine in the world. I coached these 2 women. They lost 100, mom and daughter, 140 pounds. The daughter, 57 years old, a nurse, lost 51 pounds in 3 months. The mom lost 91 pounds in 8 months. They both kept it off for 2.5 years. And right above their head is the website you all can go to for free, The New Health Conversation. What's there? Only the medical proof. There's nothing there to buy. There's no buy button. None of my books. I've written 4 best-selling books. No, we're not trying to trick you. I've been a nutritional researcher for 23 years. I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. See, the whole reason to do this is maintenance, is to be able to maintain what you've lost. And maintenance is simple. 1, your breakfast every morning, these exotic foods around the world. 2, lunch and dinner. And then maybe once every couple months, do another 48-hour intermittent nutritional fast. That's it. How easy is that to do? But we got to get you to goal first, depending on what your goal might be. I mean, look at April. This is the daughter of a friend of mine. How about 60 pounds in 3 months, everyone? That's 5 pounds a week average for 3 months. But look at the change in her face and her arms and her body. It's like a different person. Many people think, mom, the exotic foods, again, let me give you a new definition. It's not a food like you would normally think, like kale or spinach. It's foods that are nutrients. For example, a lot of these areas where they got these nutrients from are people live to be 100 years old. So they drink it either in water or they make it like a tea. So a lot of it is liquid, these exotic foods. But they have huge amounts of nutrition with very small amounts, quantity of food, because it's primarily liquid. Things like, well, 2 of the ingredients, one of them lowers stress in your body massively, comes from Mongolia, and one of the other ingredients comes from the Himalayas in Tibet, that massively lowered inflammation in the body. So it's about, let's say 60% of the food you'd have in a month you're going to need to chew, but the other 40% pretty much you're going to drink. But there's no products. It's the nutrients that you get from these suppliers who found this stuff around the world. Hey, all I know is it's coming from areas of the world where people are living to be 100 years old. That sounds pretty good to me. It's totally different. That's why don't try to compare this to a diet. Don't try to compare this to calorie counting. Don't try and compare it to paleo or keto or Mediterranean. It doesn't work like that. No, you cannot find them locally. Absolutely not. Not available. No. You get it. Why would you want to do that? First of all, because that wouldn't give you access to the coaching, because 50% of this is what you do, when you do it, and how. And the coaching's free. Why wouldn't you want to take advantage of that, Irma? I mean, you can do whatever you want to do. It doesn't bother me, but you want to create their result. They got coached. We have medical doctors. They got coached. We have PAs, physicians. They got coached. Dietitians, nutritionists, workout people, athletes. They got coached. Look, we have people with no thyroids. We have a man with a heart transplant. We have people with no gallbladders. We have people with kidney transplants, and we're not treating, curing, diagnosing, or making any medical proclamations whatsoever. Don't hear that. Anything that I'm sharing with all of you comes from these medical studies. They're 10 peer-reviewed human trial studies. So 50% is what you're going to consume, but the other 50% is how you consume it. It's really that simple. then how do we get them? Mom, I just told you, you go to the website, you can see it right there above you, look at the medical proof, and if you like what you see, because we won't contact you, scroll down, you get a free coach, and they'll get the grocery list that you take to your grocery store. It's free, and they'll show you how to order directly from the suppliers, because the foods or the nutrients used in these studies are very important. You get the exact ones. The suppliers have probably 100 different food groups they use, but it's only 6 or 7 that they used in the studies. So again, it just makes it easier for you, but you're not buying from the coaches. They're assisting you, and then they'll coach you the whole time for free. Mom, why wouldn't you take it? It'd be like if you could join the gym and they give you a free personal trainer, would you turn it down? I don't think so. I think you're much smarter than that. Oh, you missed the part. Okay, no, it's not a problem. You were out of the room. So again, let me review for Mom. Do you see, just give me a yes, do you see the website above their head in blue, the new health conversation? Do you see that? Please give me a yes. I want to make sure. Okay. And do you see above that in black, free coaching to ensure your success? Give me another yes, please. Give me a yes, give me a no. Okay, all right. When you go to the website, look at the medical proof, scroll down, and then at the bottom it says free consultation. But I want you to understand, Mom, it's not just the consultation that's free. They're going to coach you all the way through to get you to your goal and then teach you how to be on maintenance. Does that seem fair? Does that seem cool? It's kind of like, why wouldn't you take advantage of that? It's free. There's no gimmicks, no tricks. It's no charge for coaching. Is that great or what, Mom? Like I said, imagine if you could join the gym and they gave you a free personal trainer. Wouldn't you take it? That's how this works. Good. So we're clear now, Mom. But Mom, isn't that exciting about the mom and daughter? Doesn't that really impress you? Even though I coached them, it really impressed me because especially the mom on the left, 80 years old, 80, and she lost 91 pounds in 8 or 9 months and has maintained it now for a couple of years. I'm not saying you need to lose 80 or 90 pounds. I don't know anything about you, so don't read anything into what I'm sharing with any of you. But wow, we're at 4,300 likes. How did that happen? I looked up and all of a sudden we gained a couple thousand. So keep tapping on that screen, anybody that's on here. I'm willing to try, just need info on the cost of their ordered foods. Yes, Mom. They'll go, look, the reason that I can't give you I'll tell you this. In general, you'll probably spend a little bit more maybe than you're spending on food last month. 30% you're going to spend at the grocery store. These other exotic foods, it depends. Some people say it's the same as what they spent last month. Some people say it's a little bit more. But also it depends. How much weight do you want to lose? Right? Because it's, you probably aren't going to lose it maybe in the first 30 days. A lot of people do. Because even this girl here, even though she lost 21 pounds, she still wanted to lose about another 10 pounds. So I think it took her 6 or 7 weeks to lose it. So that's going to be up to you. But the coaches will go over all that with you. They have nothing to hide. They'll based on, because again, are you on any medication? You don't have to answer. You see, we have kids as young as 2 doing this. We have, well, as a matter of fact, the sister of that lady is 91, who's on this, was in a nursing home, fell down, was on a walker, and 2 months later, no more walker. She's now taking taekwondo classes at 91 years of age. What? Yeah. How cool is that? How are the coaches making money on it? Are they getting something from the exotic? Yes, made. Absolutely. They get something from they're not going to do it. Why would they do it for free? We got medical doctors and nurses and people that are putting their time and effort. I have 100 to lose. Well, the good news is my girl right here, she's a woman, a friend of mine's daughter, 60 pounds in 3 months, 100 pounds. So let's just say, I'll be very conservative. There's no reason at all you couldn't be down 100 pounds. Let's see, June, July, August. So by the end of August, you could easily be down 100 pounds. How much would that excite you? Yeah, makes sense. But you understand you're not paying any more money. So they call it you know how many companies now are doing referral bonuses? I got Capital One. Every month they send me, if you refer someone, you get a referral bonus. So that's really what the suppliers are doing as an incentive. But then the coaches, obviously, they have an incentive to coach people because they got coached for free. The coaching's free. So, free to the consumer. So it's not like because you got a coach, you're paying more. It's like, oh, it's 10% more if you have a coach. That doesn't work like that. So we want to be as totally transparent as we can. Angela, how? 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 No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So let's talk about how. Let's go right here, Angela, for you, Kristen. Do you see that, Angela? What do you think about 21 pounds, 38 inches in 30 days, backed by 10 peer-reviewed human trial studies? By the way, no exercise. She gained 6 to 9% lean muscle mass. In 30 days, she lost 21 pounds. So here's how she did it. The researchers who created this, they're the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world for 40 years, understudied thousands of people. They figured out here's why diets can't possibly work, and they've never produced anything like this. So what the researchers focused on was one thing: the fallacy of all diets. When you lower the amount of food you're consuming, which is what a diet is, you lower the amount of nutrition. And what happens, Angela, in that case, when the brain figures out there's not enough nutrition, it does two of the most unhealthy things to you can imagine. One, it turns your muscles into fuel, and that triggers slowing down your metabolism. That's why you lose weight initially on these diets, and then it slows, and then it trickles, and then you're on a plateau, and you can't lose any more weight. So the researchers said, wait a minute. The only thing that matters to your body is not calories, but nutrition. So they said, all right, we're going to give people less amount of food, but we believe we can find new food groupings where we can give you more nutrition. So even though you're consuming less by quantity, the quality was totally different. So they created a food list that you would get 30% of the food she consumed and you would consume comes from your grocery store, organic foods, proteins, fats, carbs, vitamins, and fruits. But instead of giving you calorie counts, they gave serving sizes. Angela, you got it so far? So 30% from the grocery store. You get a grocery list from our coaches. And by the way, the coaching's free. The other 70%, very important, you can't buy it at your grocery store. These other suppliers had gone around the world to Russia, to Mongolia, to Tibet, to South America, New Zealand, to find foods with huge amounts of nutrition, but smaller quantities of food. So now they had the foods they were going to give to people. Then they created two completely new ways of eating, Angela. This will probably shock you. So 5 days a week, she had 4 meals a day. 4 meals a day. She started with these exotic foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. That was breakfast. Lunch from the grocery store list, dinner from the grocery store list, and a 4th meal after dinner. 5 days a week, 4 meals a day. That's called protein pacing. 2 days a week, she did something called intermittent nutritional fasting. Not fasting, not water fasting, not time-restricted eating. On those days, no food from the grocery store, Angela, only these exotic foods from around the world, but this time they had her eating, you ready for this? 8 times a day. Now, before the diabetics go sideways on me, they proved in these studies insulin came down 41%. Diabetics thrived on this. Many of the diabetics and people with high blood pressure, with their doctors' help, had to cut their meds by 50% in 30 days. This is not a diet. But the key, Angela, is not that we can get the weight off you, it's maintenance. That's why the program's called R2M, Race to Maintenance. That's the main reason. So the coaches are going to coach you the whole time for free and then show you how to maintain. I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks, 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. That's what you want to aim for. That's what you should be excited about. Got it? So, and then look at the results. But it's not just her. Yes, MI. We need coaches. Oh my God, MI made. Oh, wow, do we need coaches? Honest to God, MI. That's our, well, can you, MI, this came out today. Look at this. What do you think is going to happen? It's the #1 women's magazine in the world. Cover story. We're figuring we're going to get inundated with people that want to do it. And honest to God, our Achilles heel is, no, it's no capsules. No, it's food, Mom. It's no, forget capsules. It's not capsules, lotions, potions. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay? So don't worry about that. So back to me made. Yeah, but here's how it works, MI. People go on it, they have an incredible result, and then all of a sudden their co-workers, their mother, brother, whatever, want to know what the heck they're doing. So a lot of them end up volunteering and they'll coach, you know. But they also, if they do it, of course, the suppliers, they'll give them referral bonuses, which is a pretty nice incentive for them to do it. A lot of them would do it for free, to be quite honest with you, because we got medical doctors and RNs and physician's assistants and dietitians and nutritionists and, you know, across the board, people that are wanting to do this, right? Angela Murphy, no, you don't contact me. See that right there, Angela? Look, the new health conversation. Put a yes, Angela, that you see that in blue, the new health conversation. Am I made? Do you see that as well? Because you're interested. Mom, I know you see it. So Angela, please put a yes for me. I want to make sure. Okay. And then do you see right above that, Angela, free coaching to ensure your success? Please give me another yes. I know that seems funny, but please. So am I made? Do you see the coaching to ensure your success is also free? Now, what happens is when you go to the new health conversation, okay, great. What I'm saying to you, Angela, is when you go to the new health conversation, look at all the medical proof. There's nothing to buy there, and we will not contact you. So don't think a coach is going to contact you. The only way a coach will contact you is if you scroll down, you'll see a section, free consultation, fill in your information, and a coach will reach out to you by phone, text, email. Okay? And then they'll go over everything with you. That's 100% free is the consultation, 100% free is the coaching the whole time. Look, we have people that need to lose 150 pounds. That might take months. Those coaches are with them the whole time. Because some of them lost 100 pounds. Some of them lost 50 pounds. Some didn't lose any weight at all. Because, Angela, we have kids as young as 2 doing this. We have a lady 91. Well, you can see the mom there. She's 80. She lost 91 pounds in 8 months, 2.5 years ago. We have people with no thyroids. We have a man with a heart transplant. We have people with no gallbladders. We have people with kidney transplants. And we're not treating, curing, diagnosing, or making any medical proclamations. Don't think I said that, because I didn't say it. All we rely on, though, is the medical proof and what they did, blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, triglycerides. They're right in the medical studies. We can quote that because it's in the public domain and it's proof positive. This really is not a diet. It doesn't work anything like a diet. So, Angela, we're good? We're good? And we're good? I said good. All right. So again, for all of you, the New Health Conversation is a free medical website to go to. If you like what you see, scroll down and get a free coach. And I mean free. It's free, the coaching. I don't know what more to say. Wow, I went a lot longer than I thought I was going to go, but who cares when you're having fun? Time flies when you're having fun, right? So would anybody else like to ask me? Wow, we're at 5,000 likes. That's really awesome. Who else would like to ask me a question? Angela, thank you so much. No, thank you. You betcha. And I really hope, Angela, I promise when you go there, there's an interview with the #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist in the world. It'll blow your mind when you watch that interview. It's unbelievable. Okay? All right, if no one wants to ask me another question, then I am going to end this. So it's now 4:30 on the East Coast. I might do another one and maybe give me about 45 minutes in case somebody, there's more people that obviously want to know about this. But Angela and everybody else, you can get, that's the June 9th issue of Women's World. It should be on the newsstands today if you want to see it and read the whole article. But the article, what they did is exactly what I explained, Angela and MI and her mom. What I explained to you is exactly what they did, and they write about it in the article. Okay? All right, everyone, have a great rest of your day, evening, afternoon, because this goes all over the world. I know, for example, well, it's still pretty early in Australia. It's like 4 in the morning over there, but in England, it's like 10 o'clock at night. So we got people all over the world that are tuning into this podcast now. So everyone, have a great rest of your night, evening, afternoon, tomorrow, wherever you are in the world. Bye, everybody.